Hello, this is a quick tutorial to explain to you how to create scenes within a SketchUp file. So what I have in front of me is the small room that we made earlier in the year. I've just added a few little things, changed some things around, nothing dramatic. All I want to do in this particular tutorial is show you how to create a scene so that you can, in your accessible task of your house with a kitchen, lounge, dining and study, you can travel through the model that you've created and decorated by recording 3 separate scenes. Okay, so here we have the model in front of us. You can see there got a chair, a table, something on the table, something on the bed, and a bookcase. There's a hallway with a sideboard and some sort of artwork on the wall. Okay. What I'm going to go for is maybe a scene where we're going from looking from above and dipping down into the plan that we have here in front of us. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is start with a scene. So if we go into View, up the top here, View, Animation, Add Scene. And you'll notice it says Scene 1 up there. Okay, so I'll just do that again. I can delete the scene there, go Scene 1, delete. I press my right mouse click button, and I delete that. Disappears in a puff of smoke. So go View, Animation, Add Scene. Okay, so now you can see the Scene 1. This is the view that you would get in Scene 1, unless I moved it around. Okay. What I want to do is fly down from where I am and land within this room, and I'm going to look around the room. Okay. Now, I want to tell the camera that I'm going to go and land in this area. So what I need to do is go over here on the left-hand side in your tool palette. Remember to find your tool palette's large tool set. Okay. At the moment, the large tool set is there. If I click that off, you can see my tools are gone. So View, Tool Palette, Large Tool Set. Or you can use the tools that are up on the top here. Okay. I just like having them at the side there, so I can grab them quickly. Okay, so what we need to do is go down to the bottom left-hand side here, and there is a little man here with a cross, standing on a red cross. That's called the Position Camera tool. If you click on that little man comes over here, right? And you can see if I click over here, I'll go into that position. Okay. But what I've done, and I'll just zoom back out of this again. I'll go back to my original Scene 1. Okay. What I need to do is go Animation, Add Scene. Right. So now I've got Scene 1 and Scene 2. They're both the same at the moment. But I can select Scene 2 now, get my little man, I should have done that before, and I'm going to click in the doorway here. Okay. So you can see it zooms down to that position. It automatically goes to the eye height that is the default eye height. In this case it's 1676.4 millimeters. Okay, you can change that, put in the eye height that you want, and just press return. I'm just going to leave it at that eye height. Now, it automatically changes then from this little position camera tool to the look around tool, which is just below. And you'll see 2 little eyes. Right? And if I click and drag my mouse, I can look around that room. So I can look up and down, look at the bedroom there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is look slightly towards the bedroom, and I'm going to zoom back just a little bit, so I'm just seeing a little bit more of the room there. Okay, so I've got Scene 1 and Scene 2. What I've got to do to make sure that this stays in that particular scene is go to View, Animation, Update Scene. Okay, so it should go from Scene 1, where we're up in the sky, Scene 2, going through a bit of the wall there, but I'm seeing the scene that I want to see there, which is the room looking around. Okay, then I'm going to go View, Animation, Add Scene. I'm doing a third scene now, and on that same point I'm going to look around a little bit this way and see I'm in the wall a little bit. So maybe I need to come into the room. I'm going to scroll in with my scroll wheel on my mouse. Okay, or you can use your zoom tool. Now I'm going to look around. I want to see a little bit of the hallway there. Okay, I'm also going to zoom back out a little bit, so I'm seeing a little bit more of the room. Okay, so now I'm seeing the table and the sideboard. I've got a glass wall there, so you can see a little bit outside in there, and I've got a lounge or club chair. You can also see that I've put the shadows on the shadow setting there. I've clicked shadows. I can turn those shadows on or off. I think it looks more interesting with some shadows there. I can change the time of day here like this, and what month of the year it is as well. Okay. What's going to happen though is if I change those days, it may look like the time is actually changing between scenes. Okay, so if I go back to scenes, animation, update scene. Okay, so it should go from, let's have a look again, scene 1, scene 2, I've zoomed into the room, scene 3, I've rotated around to that position. Okay, now I have a little bit of a problem here. Okay, I'm going through the wall there. That can get a little bit disorientating for people. So another way of trying to make sure that your scene is progressing through the building rather than like flying through walls and objects that you don't want to fly through is you can go from scene 1, I don't mind scene 1, scene 2, that little progression into the room there. Okay, but for scene 3, I'll try this, going from view or camera, standard views, top. So I'm looking from above at this scene. You can see the table there, the chairs. Okay, I'm going to get my little fellow here. I'm going from the last scene, which was scene 2, where I was about here somewhere, and put my little person there. So I'm viewing from that position. Zoom around. So I'm looking from that position. Okay. Go view, animation, update scene. Okay. Let's see what happens there. Go from scene 2, which is where I was looking here, scene 3. And you can see that the transition is more like what you would imagine if somebody's sort of kind of like panning and looking through the room. Okay, you could play around with that. There's a lot more you could do. Spend more time on making sure it looks exactly right. I haven't got much room in this little floor plan, but you can see that by following those instructions, looking at the plan view, so remember going in view, camera, standard views, top again, so you're seeing from the top. Okay, you're seeing the model from that position.